Why did you hang up without even talking to her?
My dear Miss...
Yeah.
I'm late for the office as it is.
Whose fault is that? Hello, it's Joel Sharpton, one half of the Articulate Coven, and we are watching the original supernatural soap opera, Dark Shadows. We're watching episode 41 right now. If you're watching this on YouTube, I do want to remind you that you can catch the next batch on our Patreon already, articulatecoven.com/join. $2 or more a month gets you access to everything we do early and ad-free. All right, let's get into episode 41 of Dark Shadows.
This great house called Collinwood is the only home I've ever known. And yet I've known it such a short time.
I mean, maybe in the technical sense, if you're not going to say the place that you lived the whole rest of your life wasn't a home, but like you would have known the foundling home as a home, ma'am.
Friend has turned against friend.
Bill got Sam good and drunk and then ran off and left him, huh?
Evan, I know we're still connected, so don't try any of your drunken tricks on me.
Now you got to leave it off the hook, Sam. That's the trick. You got to leave it off the hook. Now, see, that just means you're going to have to do it again. We all know you're not going to miss that commission, Sam. You're going to take that $1,500. You already took some of the man's money that first time. Now, I don't think he's going to answer anymore, Roger.
I was just trying to get the office on the phone.
Isn't that where you should be?
Well, if you must know, I had a perfectly valid reason for being home. I prevented your daughter from meeting Burke Devlin. Surely a departed husband isn't worth waiting for.
Why do you say departed?
Well, he departed from this lovely house on Widow's Hill, didn't he?
I have no intention of discussing Paul with you. Why didn't you tell me about Ned Calder's telephone call last night?
Oh, well, I forgot. If it was anything important, he'll call back.
I think that's the first time that we've gotten her husband's name. Paul. Paul Stoddard, one would imagine. Yeah, I don't know if we've ever heard his name out loud before. That's interesting.
Don't tell me you're bringing him down here to manage the plant.
I wouldn't worry about Ned Calder. You're the person I should worry about if I were you.
Elizabeth says, mind your business ain't so damn hard. Really so easy to do. I'm serious, Sam. You just gave yourself more work. All right, so that's 4 of our actors so far. We got Maggie and Sam and Elizabeth and Roger.
I started a sketch, but I didn't like it.
That's Burke. Pop, you caught him just right. Why did you want to destroy it?
I had to. I wanted to destroy it before it destroyed me. Maggie, I tried to run away once. Why did you stop me? Why didn't you let me run away when I had a chance?
Don't worry, Pop. We'll lick him yet.
Maggie's right. It's a great sketch. I don't know that she's right about the fact that they'll lick him. Feels to me like the Collinses don't get beat that often.
Why is it that all women think that a cup of coffee is a cure-all?
Oh, Pop, you'd be surprised how many of the solid, upright citizens of Collinsport come into my restaurant in need of a hot cup of black coffee. Hey, maybe I should go into the blackmail business.
I mean, to be fair, they put caffeine in all sorts of different drugs. It's pretty good. Just going straight to the horse's mouth with it, huh?
Listen, Vicky, is Roger Collins there? I have to speak to him. Have you tried his office? He's usually there this time of day. He isn't there. Have you any idea where he is, Vicky? It's important.
I mean, how would Maggie know that Roger wasn't at the office yet?
Why did you hang up without even talking to her?
My dear Miss,
Yeah.
I'm late for the office as it is.
Whose fault is that?
Perhaps she had a date with Joe Haskell.
Of course, that must be it. He seems like a very nice boy.
I think so, too.
I mean, this is the same Joe Haskell that showed up drunk not 2 nights ago, told y'all all off at the house. But sure, he seems like a very nice boy.
I'm not too sure about anything that happened last night. Maybe I do have a date with her.
I hope so. Joe, is Mr. Malloy there?
No, he's not, Mrs. Stoddard. I don't know where he is. He hasn't been in all day.
He's not in this episode because we've already hit our 5 actors. I do love the fact that nobody went to the office today except for Joe. Both Bill and Roger are running around doing personal errands.
Well, I just wanted to find out what's been bothering you.
You called Roger Collins.
Don't get into such an uproar, Pop. He wouldn't even talk to me.
Watch David Ford unload on her as Sam now. I don't know that we've seen this Sam blow up on Maggie really yet, but we've saw it a couple of times from the old Sam.
And I'm saying that literally. For all I know, you may have signed my death warrant.
Pop,
Don't argue with me.
I'm not.
Go back to your job in your fancy restaurant and just leave me in peace.
Oh, she's got a very fancy restaurant, Sam. It's a very fancy restaurant in front of the hotel there. That was pretty good anger rant there. I'm assuming Maggie's going to get out of his hair now, but okay. David Ford stretched his muscles. He's getting in.
Okay, I'm going. Just settle down. Don't aggravate yourself.
God, she has been trained to be such an appeaser. It does make me wonder, though, like, why was he so tortured?
You're all I have.
Oh, that's sad, Maggie. Why was he so tortured and drunk all of these years that Burke wasn't around and harassing them? Like, now that Burke's back and this has all got stirred up, sure, you can understand why he'd go off the deep end. And you can understand maybe why he'd had a problem, period, because, he's guilty, feels guilty about what happened in the past. But
Open up, Edmund. I know you were in there.
oh, that's a good transition. He locks the door and then we flash forward to Roger banging on it. God, Sam may be well and truly passed out at this point.
You don't think much of me, do you?
No.
Well, what we think of one another is infinitely less than we deserve. I never thought I could hate a man as much as I do you.
The feeling is entirely mutual. What a pity that neither of us can do anything about it.
Man, when you want and need something so badly from a person as Roger wants and needs Sam to shut the hell up and ideally to leave town, maybe open hatred is not the play. I'm just speculating. Drinking that stuff like apple juice.
Of course, it must seem odd that I haven't been off the grounds in all these years. I'm sure you wonder why.
I think that's your affair.
Yes, it is. Will you be home for dinner?
Oh, yes.
Well, if you run into Carol and ask her to call me.
I will. I'll see you later.
Man, we were like that close. I felt like thought Elizabeth was going to let it slip. Nah, she's just going to try call her back.
When you hear from him, ask him to call me. He has my number. Tell him it's most important. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. That was just the one time she got better at the phone calls then. She raced through that one completely. Who's banging on the door? All right, let's see. This is probably Joe. Based on who we've seen so far in the episode. No, Sam Evans. Surprise, 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 surprise. Oh, man. Okay, I did not see that coming. Sam Evans at Collinwood. Man, now I really want to watch next episode. Hey, if you feel the same way, you can see it right now if you're watching this on YouTube at our Patreon, articulatecoven.com/join. $2 or more a month gets you access to everything we do early and ad-free. Thanks to all our patrons for making these videos possible. Welcome to 2025, everybody. We're going to watch like 150 of these this year. So saddle up.